Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacqs Scraps. Thanks for joining me today for another craft fair adventures vlog. Today I will be discussing some new topics as well as doing a project share. And if you missed out on the first video, I will have that link down below for you, and I've also created a playlist. So let's get started. So besides pulling out the projects that I'm going to take to the craft fair, I note if there's anything that needs to be updated on them. If I have a project that isn't completely done, like this one here, then I take the time out to finish the project so that I can include it in my craft fair. But this is just one more thing that happens when you are planning for a craft fair. You make sure that your projects are ready to be sold. So I thought I would share with you the final product that I was working on, and that is the French Country folio. And here on the front, you'll see that I've done a lot of layering with journaling cards, cut apart pieces, little ephemera pieces, some chipboard here, and even added this great metal piece like a doorknob. Love that. Over here behind this journaling card is actually a pocket, so you can slip something in there. And I just love this. This is a faux folder. And here is the sides and the back side. Has a magnetic closure and it opens up as a gatefold. So it's pretty wide. Here is just a total view. And then we'll start here on the left-hand side. We have a magnetic closure here using some of the chipboard. And then here is the waterfall. Now I've added decorative paper and elements to the front and a journaling card on the back side of the first one. And then after that, I've left the underside blank so you could add your photos. I did leave some openings underneath the ephemera pieces, and then you could add a photo underneath here as well. We have some nice raised decoration here on both sides, and these waterfalls kind of mirror each other. The top one is different, and then they kind of mirror from there. Again, I've added some little ephemera pieces and stickers. Here in the center, we have a nice little pocket that I'll show you in a moment, but on the flap, I did some more layering with cut-aparts, stickers, and chipboard pieces here. Really pretty. When you open that up, again, I've done some layering on the top. You can always add a photo here or even on top of this one. So we have two pockets here in the front, and each one has a graphic 45 tag. I've added a word definition here on top, and the back is blank for photos. And then there is another pocket behind that, and it contains 3 large tags. Now these measure 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. So on the front of this one, we have this Bon Appetit here, and then this card tucked into it. It's a really pretty collection. It's an older collection. And then plenty of room on the back to add your information, photos, recipes. And then this one mirrors that one. So this would make a great little gift, a great way to house your recipes as well as photos. Now let's move on to our next item. As I previously mentioned, there's a lot of cleanup and little details that you need to get done before the craft fair. And one of them was for my cards. I had a lot of cards that didn't have envelopes, and so I needed to take the time out to create them. This is my messy table here where I have been spending a day creating envelopes for my cards. Here is the stack of the cards that I have created envelopes for. It's a great exercise. But during the time that I've been doing this, I actually used my envelope punch board, and I found 2 great websites that I now want to share with you. So although I used the envelope punch board to create a lot of the envelopes to go with my cards, I also had cards that were not standard size. So I was trying to figure out a best way to calculate the paper and the score point that I would need to use the punch board. So I did some Googling and I found this great crafty envelope punch board calculator. And I never heard of this before, just found it, doing a search. I plugged in my card size here, and then down below it gives you the paper size that you need as well as the score line. And this worked out fairly well. There was maybe 1 card or so that didn't actually work, and then I just recalculated it and was able to still use this tool. I had some dimensional cards that needed like a box envelope. So I found this other website, Crafter's Key. And I just came across this one, and it uses the We Are Memory Keeper punch board. This person's husband figured this out for her, and I have used this. So you are able to do the single layer envelope for your cards. You can select a thicker size card, or if you need a box envelope, then you select that. So that's what I'm working on right now. I've saved those for last. And then again, you put in the length of your card, the width and the height, and then down below it gives you a diagram, and it also gives you the information you need for your paper size here, your first punch point, and then your second punch point. Now this information here in gray is just provided for those that like to geek out on stats, and it even says that here in the fine print. Now the first one that I did not fit the card that I was using. It wasn't long enough, but I was able to use that box envelope for another card that I had. I still think it's helpful to use this, and I fixed the calculations. I added a 0.25 on the length, and then it worked out perfect for the box envelope that I needed. So I would definitely recommend these 2. I think overall they work. There might be 1 or 2 that, you have that phenomenon where the measurements do not work, and you just have to rework it. It is still quicker than trying to figure it out yourself. So I will have these websites linked down below in the description box for you. I have bookmarked them, and that's how then I'm going to be able to pull them back up whenever I need them. So that's my helpful hint for creating envelopes and box envelopes for your cards. So that's it, everyone. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.